What's up, guys? It's Gabriel, and I'm here to review Scream 7. Let's go. Before I start, I just want to make something very clear. Just because I enjoy this movie, just because I enjoy Scream 7, does not mean that I'm gonna be attacking Scream 5 and Scream 6. No, that's not acceptable at all. That's not what we're doing. You don't gotta diminish something in order to elevate something else. That's just not right. Unfortunately, a lot of that has been going on in the fandom for some time, especially right now. It's become a very toxic place to be. Anytime a new Scream movie comes out, we should all be excited to watch it together. But instead, we fight amongst ourselves. We try to choose sides. We try to pit our favorite ones against each other, and that just doesn't work. I just find the whole thing very silly and childish. For me, it doesn't matter if the Carpenter sisters are in it or not. If Neve Campbell is in it, Sydney, if they bring in new directors, a completely new cast, regardless of all that, I'm still gonna go watch it because, like I said, I'm a Scream fan first, so I'm still gonna go and be excited and be pumped about a new Scream movie coming out. The OG trilogy, 4, 5, and 6, or even 7. I love them all. I love every Scream movie. I don't think there's a bad Scream movie out there. Regardless of the opinions on 7 that are going around. I feel like they're either Scream movies are either really good or just decent. I feel like the bar doesn't go lower than that. This is the most consistent horror franchise out at the current time, at the current moment. Even though Halloween is my favorite out of all of them, Nightmare on Elm Street, Friday the 13th, Child's Play, Halloween does have some stinkers in its catalog. There's no denying that. There's no hiding it. I'm unbiased about that. I'm still, I want to keep it objective and be fair. It's still, it's not gonna change. It's still gonna be my favorite horror franchise. But, you gotta be fair. You gotta say how it is. Scream is without a doubt the most consistent horror franchise out right now. You just gotta be real. Anyways, guys, sorry about that. I just kept rambling on like I always do. Sort of lost track of time, but let's just get into the actual review. So as I'm filming this, um, it's currently April 27th, and this movie actually came out 2 months ago to the day. Today it came out on February 27th, so that was like exactly 2 months ago. It came out on a Friday, I believe, and obviously there were Thursday night previews of the movie the day before, but I didn't watch this movie up until the Saturday of, which was the next day, the 28th. I watched it on a Saturday. I went and saw it with my girlfriend and her best friend. We didn't go to IMAX. We went to like the other high definition one. I forgot what the name is. I think it's called CXC or something like that, along those lines. I actually went in no expectations, even though it was my most highly anticipated movie of the year. I decided to drop all expectations. Obviously, I don't watch reviews beforehand. I learned that at an early age. As a teenager, I used to watch reviews before I watch movies, and I used to let it dictate what I thought before I watched even any film. But after I had a couple instances where I was like, wait, this isn't right. I was like, nah, I'm not doing that anymore. So I decided to drop the whole watching reviews beforehand. So I didn't watch the reviews only up until later, like after I got home, which was unfortunate. Um, but I don't want to get too ahead of myself. Anyway, so I went in. I sat next to this older gentleman that, if I'm completely honest, this guy made the movie a better experience for me. Like, like my movie going experience at the theater with sitting next to this guy. Like this guy was completely hilarious. Like he was one of those older people, older gentlemen that just goes, "Oh, watch out! What's this? Oh, if I was Sydney's husband, I probably would have protected her more. Oh, he got knocked out. I wouldn't have been knocked out. Watch out! Oh, he's in there. Oh, get the knife." This guy is just out of pocket. Like everything he says is making me laugh. Like it was awesome. Like the experience was awesome. Like I usually get annoyed when people talk, but it's only if, like, say you're sitting next to like a friend or something and you're talking something unrelated to the movie. I might get mad at that, but like if you're talking about the movie, I don't care how loud you are, you're talking about the movie, like, oh, watch out with this. I don't mind that. Like I actually think that makes the movie going experience better, because you kind of make it interactive for you and for everybody else. I mean, unless you're screaming at the top of your lungs, but that wasn't the case. I don't know your name, but thank you, stranger. You really made the movie for me. Um, but yeah, I enjoyed this movie. I also, when people, before I continue, when people use their phones and their flashlights, I also, that kind of pisses me off. But if you're talking, but you're talking about the movie, or you're engaging with the audience with what's happening in the story, I don't mind that at all. I actually enjoy that. So I finished the movie. I go home, and I was like, I went straight to Rotten Tomatoes. But before I did, I was like, oh, I'm expecting maybe a 60 something, 50. I wasn't expecting it to be too different from what I thought was a great movie. But boy, was I wrong. I was way off. I was really way off. I went in there, and the tomato score for it was at a 34, and I was just like that's kind of odd. A 34, like, okay, like I was like, when I wasn't tripping, because I was like, okay, usually Rotten Tomatoes goes really hard on low scores, so I was like, maybe I'll go on a different one. Metacritic, IGN, go on a different one and see. But no, like I went on various ones, and the score, even on some of the scores, were even lower. So then I proceeded, as one does, I proceeded to go to YouTube, and it didn't get better. Like some reviewers were giving it a 2 out of 10, a 3 out of 10, and I was just like these critics, like, I'm sorry, but what are these guys smoking? Because I want some. Like, this doesn't make any sense. You know how bad a movie has to be in order for it to be a 30%? Like, we're talking The Last Airbender, Dragon Ball Evolution levels of bad. Like, that's how bad a movie has to be in order to be a 3 out of 10 or a 30%. Like, crazy. Like, it's insanity. So when I watched it, the movie was at a 34 on Rotten Tomatoes. But as the weeks went by, it kept going down and down and down. So now it's currently at a 30, which is insanity. It's insane. And I get everyone has their opinions, and I respect that. But even in some cases, I understand, like, oh, like, your opinion differs from mine. I understand that when they point out their what they thought. But in this case, it was completely different. It was kind of like out of nowhere, like out of left field. It was just bizarre. I started to doubt myself. I was like, damn, like I kind of felt guilty. Like, damn, like am I in the wrong? Like I enjoyed this movie, but am I in the wrong? This doesn't make any sense because everybody's saying that it's horrible. Like people have called it like one of the worst movies ever made, the worst in the franchise. I'm like, am I high? Like, what's going on? Like, I feel like I'm in the Twilight Zone, sort of. Um, but then kept doing more research, and I started seeing people's reactions and the way they were talking. I understood. Like, I understood what was going on. I'm not here to attack anybody. Like, that's not what I'm doing. I'm just stating what I think, stating my opinion. But there's a group of people, that boycotted this movie, and not only boycotted because if you don't want to watch it, and you don't agree with what happened, you don't support it, that's fine. But like constantly attacking this movie or giving this movie a bad review, like going even before going into this movie, like you could tell like their minds were already made up. Like I was like, nah, that's not. You shouldn't judge a movie by that. Just you should just judge a movie by the final product. Like you just sit down, tune all the outside noise out, and just watch it and grade it. Objectively. Like no, like oh I had other expectations. Oh I don't like this actress. I don't like where this is going. No, like with whatever you gotta review it that way. Don't try to bring all this other mess into it. That's not okay. I am aware of the controversy behind the scenes. I'm not oblivious to it. I know that it took place. I don't agree with it. It's unfortunate what happened to Melissa and all the people that were involved. Like I said, I think it was wrong. It was really wrong. But at the end of the day, I'm a Scream fan. I was still gonna go watch this movie. So, if you didn't watch this movie and you stayed away, I respect your opinion. Like I said, it's okay if you didn't like it. There is another group of people that didn't enjoy this movie. I actually respect their opinions because they're fair about it. They're like, I didn't like it, but I don't think it's the worst one, or I don't think it's as bad as people say. Like, I respect that. Like, I like that. Like, if you didn't like it, but you didn't think it was that bad, or if you're actually objective and you're actually, fair, I like it. That's fine. Like, I'm not gonna get mad if you didn't like it, but at least you're fair about it. So you can't look at me with a straight face and tell me that this is a bad movie. I refuse to believe that. Like this movie, this film has so much good going for it. Like I refuse. So this movie by Kevin Williamson, and it stars Neve Campbell, Courtney Cox, Anna Camp, among others. Because there's a lot. There's a very Mason Gooding. But yeah, a lot of the criticisms that I've heard come from the third act. Like that's basically most of it. Like, oh, the killers were so random. The motivation didn't make any sense. It was rushed. So basically, yeah, the killers didn't really, they were taken out quickly. The third act didn't make any sense, stuff like that. So starting off, apart from the third act and the killer reveal, there isn't anything else that you can tell me that is bad about this movie, like at all. The cinematography is great. The performances are amazing. Like, this is probably one of Sydney's Nev's best performances, like in the whole franchise. Gail is also great. She's not in the movie a lot. She brings a lot to this movie, like emotion. This is also one of her best performances. Beltrami is back at the helm, so the music is, it's off the charts. The opening to this movie is chef's kiss. Like this, the intro to this movie is top 3, along with the original and part 2. The intro to this movie is insane. Don't let anybody else tell you different. The actress that played Tatum was also really, really good. Like That connection, that the mother-daughter relationship between her and Sydney, awesome. I've actually watched this movie twice now, and I thought that on second watch it was gonna get annoying or none of that. Like this movie, I feel like with each watch it's actually gonna get better, not just on the acting side of it, but on the technical side of it, which is really great. What else? This movie, this movie has like this spooky, Halloweeny fall vibe to it. Like I feel like it's gonna be in a couple more years. It's gonna be like a staple to watch during Halloween. Like I said before, the cinematography. There are some shots. I mean, the whole movie. Like it's a beautiful looking movie. Some of the shots that just stay on Ghostface and they just linger as he's walking out or he's just turning a corner or walking down a street. Uh, it's just great. Also, speaking of Ghostface, this is probably the most imposing Ghostface we've ever had. After six, I feel like six is like the most imposing one, but this one is like close to it because there are some really gnarly kills in this movie. There are very creative, very gory. I love it. So great Ghostface, great kills. I'm one of those few people that enjoyed the third act. Um, could it have been better? Of course. I mean, there's always room for improvement. But speaking of third act, I wanna address this. Anna Camp. Anna Camp as one of the killers. While I do agree with what people are saying that she didn't get enough, they didn't write enough stuff for her to do. Still, I feel like even though that's what happened, I still feel like with what she was given, she was great with what she was given. Like once she unmasked and took the mask off, she was really chewing the scenery. Like once she unmasked, she started going batshit crazy on Sydney and everybody else, and I was like I wasn't expecting that. I was convinced she was a psycho for real. That's how good she is. That's how good her performance is. Matthew Lillard was great in this movie. I'm a huge Stu fan, so I would have preferred to have Stu back instead of it being AI, but having Matthew Lillard back is like the next best thing, even if it wasn't really him, but it was him, the actor. So yeah, I love Stu. Like that guy in the beginning said, he's a Stu head. I'm a Stu head. There's still hope that he comes back, hopefully, in the next one. So the cinematography, the music, the performances, the shots, the vibe, Ghostface himself, like there's a lot of great things about this movie. Is it a top tier Scream film? No. Is it a low tier Scream film? No. I feel like as of right now, it's like right in the middle, I would say. I still got to do my ranking, but I would put it right now, as of now, I would put it right in the middle. I feel like in a couple years, people are going to look back on this film and they're going to be like, dang, I think we messed up. Like, what were we on at the time of this movie releasing? Because I feel like, like I said, in a couple of years, it's going to become a cult classic. Like, people are going to, even the critics are going to do a re-review of it. Because it's a damn good movie. And it's a damn shame that people did not see that at the time of it. As of right now, I have it ranked higher than 4, higher than 3, maybe higher than 5. I'm still debating that because 7 and 5 are neck and neck. So it's actually very close. Definitely not higher than 6. 6 is a overall better movie than 7. That much is true. So this is my official ranking of Scream 7. I gave it an 8.2 out of 10. That's my final score. Let me know what your score is down below in the comments. Tell me if you liked it, if you didn't like it. Rank it for me. Give it a score down below.
But yeah, anyways, guys, thanks for being here with me as I reviewed Scream 7. Hope you liked it, and I'll see you on the next video.